So how are the virtual or the logical addresses which are generated by the processor translated into the physical addresses? So one approach could be that we assume that all the programs and data are composed of fixed length units which are called pages. So any application program or any program that is being developed, we will assume that it is composed of pages of fixed size. And what are pages? They are nothing but a block of words which are occupying contiguous locations in the main memory. So this is a block of words. So this is called a page. This is another page. Okay. And this is the basic unit of information that can be transferred between the main memory and the disk. So now these virtual pages which are being referred to by the processor, they are kept in the secondary storage. Now these pages should not be too small. Why? Because the time taken to locate a particular address or particular data on the secondary disk, on the magnetic disk, it takes time. Once it has been located, the time taken to transfer it to the main memory will be very less. But to locate that data on the disk takes time. So it makes sense that once that data, that address has been located, it makes sense to bring a large amount of data to the main memory. So the page size should not be too small. Otherwise, there would be frequent accesses to the magnetic disk that would be required. Now it should not be too large also, because if it is too large, if the page size is too large, then we are bringing a large amount of information to the main memory, and possibly many parts of that page that has been brought, many addresses would not be used and they would be occupying valuable memory space. So that would not be an efficient use of the main memory. Now the area in the main memory where the page is brought and which can hold one page is called a page frame. So if this is the virtual address space which is consisting of pages, each page can be brought into the RAM and it is kept in a page frame. So the main memory is also divided into blocks of these equal sizes of pages, and these are called page frames. So each page of the logical space is kept in a page frame of the physical space. Now the virtual address which is generated by the processor, it consists of two parts. It can be interpreted as two parts. So the high order bits, they refer to the virtual page number. Suppose the processor is generating out a 32-bit address. That means it can access 2 to the power of 32 locations. So suppose if we are talking about a byte addressable memory, then these are 2 to the power of 32 bytes. Assume that one page is consisting of 2 to the power of 10 bytes. That means 1024 bytes. So how many pages will be there in this virtual space? 2 to the power of 32 divided by 2 to the power of 10, which is 2 to the power of 22 pages. These many pages will be there in the virtual space. So 22 bits will be required to refer to a particular virtual page number. These 22 bits will help us figure out in which virtual page an address lies. So out of the 32 bits of the address, 22 bits will be used for the virtual page number. Now within a page, where is the particular byte that we are referring to? That will be denoted by the offset. So the low order bits will be used to denote the offset. Offset means from the starting address of that particular page, what is the distance of that address from the base address of that page. This is the offset. And if there are 2 to the power of 10 bytes in a page, then obviously we will require only 10 bits to figure out the offset. So 10 bits would be required for the offset, 22 bits for the virtual page number. So as you can see, 22 plus 10 is equal to 32, and that was the address that was generated by the processor. Now when this page is brought from the secondary disk into the RAM, this information also has to be stored somewhere. So suppose if we are saying that a virtual page number 5 was brought in the physical page frame 10. So this information, that page 5 of the virtual space is being stored in physical page frame 10 of the RAM. This information is kept in a page table. Now where is the page table? The page table also lies in the RAM. So somewhere over here in the RAM is the page table, which is storing all information about the pages. The starting address of this page table is kept in a register which is called the page table base register. So what does this page table contain? It contains the location of the virtual pages in the page frames of the RAM. That is one main thing it is storing. Apart from that, it is also storing some control bits. Now, one bit will indicate the validity of the page, whether a page that is available in the RAM is valid or not. Suppose a DMA transfer is taking place between the RAM and the disk, and a particular page which was initially existing has been replaced. So that entry in the page table will be made invalid. That means that page no longer exists in the RAM. Another bit indicates whether the page has been modified or not, just like the dirty bit that we have in the cache, which indicates whether page has been modified or changed by the processor, written by the processor. This bit again is needed when a particular page frame in the RAM has to be sent back to the disk because it is being replaced by some other page. So then it will be written back only if the page has been modified. If the page has not been modified, it will simply be overwritten. Other control bits in the page table will also indicate whether there are any restrictions on the access of that page. So there could be read or write permissions that usually a page is granted. So depending upon the restrictions that are on the page, based on those restrictions, the page can be accessed. So this information also is stored in the page table. So suppose a virtual address is generated from the processor, and as discussed, this is consisting of two parts, the virtual page number and the offset. We know that the size of the page frame is same as the size of the page. So any offset of a word within a page would be the same as the offset within a page frame. So the offset bit from the virtual address can be translated as such to the physical address because the page and the page frame sizes are equal. The virtual page number is taken and this is added to the page table address. Where is this page table address? This is stored in the page table base register. So here the page table address is available. Now the virtual page number will be added to the page table address. So suppose the page table was starting at address say 5000 and the virtual page number is 4. So 5000 will be added to 4 and this will give us the entry in the page table. So here is the entry of the virtual page number 4. This is the entry for virtual page number 0. This is for 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this will give the entry into the page table where there will be some control bits for that particular page and information about where in the memory this page frame is available. Now if the valid bit in the control bit is 0, that means this page is not available in the main memory, and so in that case it will be fetched from the hard disk and brought into the main memory, and that page frame will be stored over here. If the page validity information said that this page is available, so then the page frame is checked. Suppose this virtual page number 4 was available in page frame 10 of the main memory. So this page frame 10, this information is available in the page table. This will be taken and now converted into binary, which will give the page frame, added to the offset bits which are coming from the virtual address, and these together will form the physical address in the main memory. Let us take an example. Suppose we have a 24-bit logical address which is generated by the processor. So this virtual address that is coming out is of 24 bits. We have a 16-bit physical address. So the physical address, the main memory address, would be of 16 bits. And the page size is 512 bytes, which is 2 to the power of 9. And we are assuming that this is a byte addressable memory. So there are 2 to the power of 24 bytes that can be accessed by the processor. So how many pages would be there? 2 to the power of 24 divided by 2 to the power of 9. This refers to how many pages are these? 2 to the power of 15. 2 to the power of 15 pages are there. That means 15 bits would be required to specify the virtual page number, and the 9 bits would be required to be interpreted as the offset within a page. Suppose the address that was required was address 700, and this is the 24-bit address. So 9 bits would refer to the offset, and the remaining 15 bits would refer to the page number. As you can see, this shows page number 1, virtual page number 1. If you interpret it this way also, that each page is consisting of 512 bytes. So if these are the pages, so 0 to 511 would be in page 2, 512 to 1023 would be in page 1. So 700 would also lie in page 1. This is being depicted over here by the address also. And these 9 bits are giving the offset, which will be taken as they are for the physical address. So the physical address, the offset would be the same, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. These would be the offset in the physical address also. The virtual page number, which is 1, will give us the entry into the page table by adding it to the page table address. And if you see over here, this is showing that this page is available in page frame 3 of the RAM. So page frame 3 will be converted into binary. So here these were the offset bits, and now binary has been taken for number 3. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. How many bits are required for the page frame? The main memory address is 16 bits. That means 2 to the power of 16 bytes can be accessed. Divided by 2 to the power of 9, that means 2 to the power of 7 page frames are there. So 7 bits over here would represent the page frame. So the page frame along with the offset, they together form the physical address of the main memory. Now the page table information will be used by the MMU for every read or write access that is required by the processor. So if the processor generates any virtual address, the MMU will have to access the page table. Now that means so many main memory accesses will be required. And now to make it easier, to reduce the time, we can keep the table inside the MMU. But now MMU is normally implemented as a chip on the processor. So it is not possible to include the complete table within the MMU because the table is very large. So only a very small portion of the table is kept inside the MMU. And within this table, only those entries or only those pages which have been accessed recently, only those pages are kept. And this is kept in a table which is called the translation look-aside buffer, TLB. So this TLB is kind of acting like a cache for the page table that is available in the main memory. Now each entry in the TLB includes a copy of the information which is there in the page table. Apart from that, it will also store the virtual address of the page. In the page table, we did not require to store the virtual address because the complete page table was there, and adding it to the page table base register, it gave us the entry into the page table. But in the TLB, since the complete page table is not there, the entry cannot be obtained easily, so we have to store the virtual address of the page also. Now whatever entries are there in the page table, they have to be consistent with the entries in the page table in the main memory. So the entries in the TLB are same as the entries in the page table. So if a page is removed from the main memory and the operating system makes it invalid in the page table, the same has to be reflected in the TLB also if its entry was there in the TLB. And suppose if a program requests a page that is not in the main memory, we say that a page fault has occurred. And now when that new page is brought from the disk, it is kept in the main memory frame and the page table is updated accordingly. What will happen if the main memory is full? Then it must replace one of the resident pages. So if it is replacing one of the resident pages, the entries in the page table will be updated accordingly. And if those entries are occurring in the TLB also, they will also be updated according to the changes in the page table. So any address now which is generated from the processor, the virtual address, now before being sent to check in the page table, they are first checked in the TLB, which is lying in the MMU. So this virtual page number, it is first checked with all the page numbers that are available in the TLB, and it is seen whether this page number exists in the TLB or not. If it is available in the TLB, that means it is a hit, and that particular entry will be checked and the page frame will be used to compute the physical address, then no access will be required for the page table in the main memory because this page frame information was available in the TLB. Then we don't have to access the page table in the main memory. Now the physical address will be generated by the MMU only. Otherwise, if it was a miss, then the page table in the main memory will be accessed by the MMU. The page frame information will be obtained and then the physical address will be generated. So most of the time when if a page has been accessed recently and a subsequent address from the same page is required, so that page information is updated in the TLB so that the next time an address is required, it is available in the TLB and the page table in the main memory need not be accessed because that would require multiple accesses of the page of the main memory. Why? Because suppose if the processor sends out a read request and it sends out an address which was not, the information of this page was not available in the TLB. So first the main memory was accessed to figure out the entry in the page table. So one access took place for the page table. Then the physical address was generated and now the main memory is being accessed again for that read operation. So if the TLB is not updated, then multiple accesses would be required for the main memory. So this is how the whole translation of the virtual address to physical address takes place.